right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yomi Adu and I'm the CEO of Poorest Travels and Tours. Yeah, in the episode of my video today, I want to be talking to we as Africans. Yeah, we all know that this channel is all about travels, is all about tours, and it's also about businesses. But there's something that concerns you and I as Africans, and that is the future of the continent of Africa. So the title of the video today is what I call the future of Africa. Yes, I want to say thank you to all my returning subscribers. You guys are doing wonderfully great and I so much appreciate your support. Thank you for several messages I received personally on my WhatsApp. Thank you. I also want to thank you for the likes. I want to thank you for the comments. I tell you, each time I receive comment from you or message on my WhatsApp, it gives me courage. It makes me to know that yes, somebody out there is watching me and what I am saying is meaningful to someone. Yes, I know it may not be meaningful to everyone, but at least one or two people that are getting back to me, I so much appreciate it. So thank you so much, all my returning subscribers. And if today is the first time you are seeing me, as I said in the introduction, my name is Yomi Adu. I want you to be part of this community. I want you to subscribe to Poorest Travels and Tours YouTube channel, and wherever you see us on social media, I want us to subscribe to us either on Facebook or TikTok, Instagram. I want you to subscribe to our channel. So be part of this community. We talk about travels, we talk about business. As I said, I want us to look at this critically. I should have streamed this one live, yeah, because it concerns you and I as Africans. Whether you are in the diaspora or you are here in the continent, it concerns you, it concerns me. The future of Africa lies in our hand. The future of Africa is in the hand of Africans. How are we going to build our continent? Now you can see a lot of things are going on in some, in few countries here in Africa, in South Africa, in Niger Republic, in Mali, in Burkina Faso. You see a lot of things are going on, all right, but we need to come together as Africans. We need to do a lot of things that will make our continent, to be the best. Yeah, if you may ask me, and I will tell you this, what are the things that Africans are supposed to do? What are the things that we're supposed to do as Africans? I will tell you. Number one is African leaders should have one voice. African leaders should be united. African leaders should come together and deliberate. I know there is this union called African Union, AU, with their headquarters at Ethiopia, that's Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. Yes, but my question to all the African leaders is, what are you guys doing, especially with the new development in 2023? What are you doing to salvage the Africans that are here and the Africans that are out there in the diaspora? We need to talk about this. So I expect that all our leaders will come together. You need to hear the cry of Africans. Africans are crying. Africans are wailing. Here in Africa, even in the diaspora, it is high time for our leaders to be sensitive to the cry of our people. Yes, this is all about travels. As you all know, Africans are, we are migrants by nature. We travel from one continent to the other. Yes, it is high time our leaders, you start bringing them back to build our continent. Let us have a united African continent. All right, guys. Number 2, I would suggest that we have a borderless African country. A borderless African country. What am I talking about? Yes, geographically we have borders, you understand, and our colonial masters are the ones that actually divided us, you understand. There is, something going on in Southern Africa. South Africans are calling for a borderless African country. We don't need, okay, look at it now. As a Nigerian, if I want to go to South Africa, why do I need to get a visa before going? Don't you think that is wrong? It doesn't happen like that in Europe. If you're an European, you don't need a visa before you can move to another European country. You don't need all that. But in Africa, why are we doing this to ourselves? This is point number 2. And I know that our leaders have a big role to play. They have a part to play, because how can we do it? How can we survive? One, we will not enjoy the natural resources that God has given to us. If we are creating borders, if we are saying, oh, okay, a Tanzanian cannot just move easily to Sierra Leone, you must get a border. No, it's supposed not to be so. We are Africans. We are expected to be united. We are expected to have just one voice. That is how it's supposed to be. The third one I want to talk about is technology. Technology. Let me tell you, and the whole world knows, Africa is like the raw materials for the other continents. We are raw materials to Europe, to Americas, to Asia. You understand? Now, once we have the raw materials, God blessed us naturally. You are looking for uranium, go to DRC Congo. You get plenty of it. That is what people use to make bomb in Europe, in Russia. They all need it. In America, that is what they use. Now look at this plant that is well grown in Ghana. I mean cocoa. That is what they use in making chocolates and the rest. So what am I saying? Africa, we need to wake up in technology. It is true that we have a lot of Africans who are good, in technology. But what are they doing? They sell their brain out there to Europe, to America. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good, but what are they doing to benefit the continent of Africa? It is high time that our leaders wake up and bring all these highly technical people, bring them together. It is high time we work on them so that what they have, they can use it. Yes, thank God, in Africa we have few countries that produces their own vehicle. Nigeria produces his own vehicle, that's IVM, that's Innocent Vehicles. In Ghana they produce too, and I think in South Africa, if I'm not making any mistake. Now, what about other things? If all these highly technical people, these sound people, if they can come together to help the continent of Africa, we are going to enjoy what is going on here in Africa. We are going to enjoy Africa. I tell you, you see, once we have that, it will be extremely difficult for the Western world to enslave us again. First one I'm going to talk about is the currency. Africa, we need to wake up. Let us work on our currencies. Let us work on our currencies. Now, the buying currency in the world right now, the strongest, I think, is dollars. That is what most countries use to buy. What happens to all the currencies we have in Africa? Yeah, by the way, I don't know how many currencies do we have in Africa. Yeah, I know there are 54 countries in Africa. Do we all use 54 different currencies? That's what I don't really know. But if you know that, you can write it in the comment section. Let us learn together, okay? So we need to work on our economy in Africa so that our currencies can be very strong. All right, guys, the fifth one I'm going to talk about very quickly is our language. Yes, thank God to all our colonial masters, the British, the Do we have Germans, colonizing Africa? I'm not so sure. But we have the Portuguese, we have the Spanish, we have the Arabians. All these people that colonized Africa. Thank God for them. But they left us with their own local languages. Yes, I say local because that's the language they use over there. But we have made them to be our own official languages. What happens to all our languages in Africa? What happens to Yoruba? What happens to Creole? What happens to Tulsa? What happens to Igbo? What happens to Fulani? What happens to Hausa? Now, I think in Africa, we should have a common language. We should have an African language. Yes, what happened to African? You see, these are good languages that people use, in southern part of Africa. We don't value our own language. We call our own languages vernacular. And the languages of our colonial masters, we say, yes, that is, when you, for instance, in Nigeria, if you speak good English, Queen's English, oh, they will say thumbs up, and if you cannot speak your language, whether you're about Igbo or Hausa, if you can't speak it well as a Nigerian, nobody will mind you. They will say it's okay as long as you can speak English. Come on, that is very, very wrong. We should be able to speak our local African languages very well. Then our master's language, that's our colonial master's language, maybe just a little of it. I think with these few points that I have raised today, Africa will have a lot of work to do. Our leaders have a lot of work to do. Then even we that are Africans, both in Africa and in diaspora, we need to work in technology, we need to work on our economy, we need to work on our so-called local languages. We need to work on it. We don't need to call it local language any longer. Yes, let the Europeans, the Americans, let them respect our language. Let them have value for our language. We need to work on our currency. Yes, our currency should not be relegated to the background. Imagine you want to do transaction here in Africa, go to Libya, or you go to Nigeria, you want to, you go there with dollars. Of course they will accept it, but you just go there with Kenya shillings, nobody will accept it. It's not supposed to be so. How can they accept American dollars and not accept Kenya shillings? We need a lot of things to do in Africa. I am quite aware that it's not going to be a day's job, but we have to start it from now. Let's start it from now, and I believe we are going to get there very, very soon. So guys, till I come your way again, I remain ever sincerely yours, Yomiadu. Keep watching Arrow of Travels and Tours YouTube channel. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, I'm begging you, please subscribe to this channel. Let us rock it together.